Welcome to the IA on AI podcast, part of the Audit Podcast Network, where we bring you weekly updates on AI from the internal auditor's perspective. Here we go. From Wired.com, OpenAI finally launched ChatGPT-5. I'm sure most of you know that. Here's everything you need to know. And so some of the risks associated with this new model. So for those that are, and really this is most applicable if you're on the enterprise version of ChatGPT. So that's the LLM that your organization uses. Most people are on Copilot. So anyway, consider that for the folks that are on the enterprise version. But there used to be ChatGPT 03, 3.5, 4, 4.2, making that up. But all these different models. And so a lot of people have built their workflows, their automations based on how each model, or more so, what each model does best. So a given model might do math better than another model. One model might do research better than another. And then there's cost involved depending on which one you use. So you don't want to take like the biggest, baddest model and then throw it at everything because it's cost prohibitive. And so what happened is they rolled out ChatGPT 5, didn't really tell anybody they were going to do it that day. And so a lot of these workflows that were built on these other models broke or did not perform as expected because they were no longer around. I have read that they have reversed that and they've made those models available. And so perhaps that is not an issue. But either way, with ChatGPT 5, there's still going to be hallucinations. That's not going away. So you still need to consider, like we always have, review the output, kind of sign off on it, make sure everything's okay. There's also new integrations. So we talked about this on just a couple weeks ago when ChatGPT launched their agents that allowed you to connect directly to your inbox and make decisions for you or your calendar. That's pretty risky. So definitely need to consider any privacy data leakage concerns there if you have employees that are connecting there. Also, if you are using the new models, you need to go back through and retest all of your prompts, all of your agents, all of your GPTs to better make sure that the output is still in line and it's working as you expected. Again, from Wired.com, hackers hijacked Google's Gemini AI with a poison calendar invite to take over a smart home. For likely the first time ever, security researchers have shown how AI can be hacked to create real world havoc, allowing them to turn off lights, open smart shutters, and more. So, this was a first of its kind kind of demo at Black Hat 2025. So, it's like a hacker conference. So, this wasn't out in the real world as far as we know. And Google did make the patch on this, so should be good to go for now on this. But overall, there's going to be, I feel like the themes overall on this AI segment of the podcast that we've been doing for the past couple of weeks is governance and then security. And of course, they go hand in hand, but the security concerns are going to be absolutely insane as people continue to use AI on the hacking side. So, as we should already be doing, make sure to work with IT, security folks, InfoSec team to better ensure controls around any AI driven automation. This should be kind of standard practice by now, although I understand resource constraints are something that everyone's dealing with. Talk to the security folks, see if they're incorporating this kind of prompt injection scenarios into their threat models, their incidents response plans, etc. And then something on the front end, and I've been pushing for third-party AI vendor, and by AI vendor, like pretty much everybody's an AI vendor these days, even if that's not exclusively what they do. But for part of your third-party vendor onboarding process, inquire about security procedures, their measures against such attacks like this, and where they have patched these known vulnerabilities. But a lot of work can be done on the front end as part of the third-party vendor onboarding process. Lastly, and this is most applicable to organizations that do ride sharing or automobile organizations. And so that's a pretty niche area when we talk about risk relative to AI. But I think it's also important for everyone else just to be aware of this. So Tesla ordered, yeah, let me start that over. So from Reuters, Tesla ordered by Florida jury to pay 243 million in fatal autopilot crash. There's been a lot of back and forth on this. I feel like, again, for those rideshare, for the automobile organizations, they've probably kept a pretty tight eye on this to see how it goes and where the ruling fell. So I'm sure that they are up to date on this. So again, likely not super applicable from the internal audit perspective, but I do think something like this is important for the general public to be aware of. And while we still don't have an official outro message to everyone, we have been receiving some from the audience and listeners, and so we will end today on the most recent one that we received. Thanks for listening. Until next episode, stay sharp and audit smarter.